Welcome back. A frightening encounter for a young girl who fought off a man in Elwood. This right here is video. 13-year-old victim running away from a stranger. Now that man approached the girl on Delamere Street. The cops say he tried to grab her, but she put up a struggle. She punched him, and then as you can see right there, she ran to the bus stop. Good for her. Police are now searching for that man. Well, it is a scary thought that this could happen in just about any community. Well, joining me now to share some self-defense tips and strategies is Lidia Szczepanowski-Goldsmith. She's the founder of National Organization for Women's Safety Awareness. Appreciate your time tonight.
My pleasure.
I'm going to be guinea pig, that you're dummy. I'm going to be your attacker. I'm a vicious man. But tell me a little bit about the organization first.
Yes, well, it's a not-for-profit, and our goal is to basically try to reduce the incidence of crime throughout the whole entire country. So one of the things that we do is we try to educate communities about what they can do to reduce their chances of being the victim of a crime.
Now, you say anyone can do this, and
absolutely.
It's especially important for people to, and this I found interesting, for people not just to know that they can defend themselves, but to believe it, and that's a very important thing.
Right. A lot of it has to do with your own self-confidence, how you carry yourself. Basically, if you look like a victim, chances are that you're going to be the one that's singled out. I like to use the animal analogy where you have a lion, and the lion is not going to go after the fast gazelle. It's going to go after the maimed one or the slower one. So it's also how you believe in yourself and whether you believe you can take care of yourself.
So when you're outside and you see a potentially dangerous situation, at least exude some confidence.
Right, exactly, right. Okay. There are also a couple of tips. There were a few acronyms that we've come up with. One of them is actually TIPS, T-I-P-S, and the T, of course, will stand for think. You have to think in advance, what will you do if something happens? So if you're going to come up to me and grab me, whatever the case, we'll get to that in a second. We'll do the physical part.
I'm a ferocious person, so be careful.
Yes, and you have to think in advance, what are you going to do if you're approached, or whatever the circumstances is. It's a very general statement. I interrupt. Do whatever you can to try to interrupt that from going to the next step. There was an incident that happened recently in a car just at Roosevelt Field. I think we just mentioned that, and the gentleman did not get out of the car. You know, he could have stopped that incident from happening just by getting out of the car. There's insurance. That's why we have insurance. So he should have probably done that, and then he would have avoided at least the victimization.
And one of the things you talk about is you brought some everyday items that women might carry in their purse, in your purse itself. Explain what actually, why don't we give a demonstration here first? We did this before.
Yes, we did.
Let's say I come up behind you. You're unaware.
I'm here. I'm walking in the street, and
I'm the bad guy.
Yes.
Now I come up to you and I grab you like this.
Right. The first thing most people don't know, the first thing you want to do, because I sound funny, you want to breathe. You take both hands and you pull down on the arm. So immediately I'm already breathing better. The next thing you could do, I'm wearing high heels. I'm going to take my heel and I'm going to stomp it and do the stiletto stomp into your foot. I'm going to take my heel, I'm going to jam you into your shin. Ooh. Another thing I can do is basically just take a step forward, and I'm going to be here. So from this point, I can do groin, knee to the groin. I can use my elbows. There's really anything at that point, because I'm in front of you. I am holding your hand here. You know, fingers into the throat, into the eyes, or anything like that. So
now are there any other items? That didn't hurt.
No, I was being gentle. So, but you know, there are only a certain amount of grabs that really exist. So that was one grab from behind. Another one is, let's say you're choking me from. Are you here? Right now, you don't have anything to do. You're choking me. I have two hands and I have my legs, so I'm at an advantage. So what's the first thing I can do? I can use my knee again, right? I can use my foot again with the heel, or I can take these two fingers and I could go right into your throat. I can grab your head like this into the throat. Okay, I have the eyes, the ears. I have my hands, so I can pretty much do anything to fight you off.
Okay, but see, let's say you're teaching this to someone. You're teaching this to a 12, 13-year-old girl.
Right.
You teach her that move. She gets that done.
Yes.
I'm now free.
Yeah.
I'm now upset. What is she supposed to do now?
The goal is to get to the point where, number one, the other person's not going to want to deal with you. It's kind of like it's too much trouble. And of course, you're yelling, screaming, and making noise at that time, bringing attention to yourself. But you want enough time to get away. You want to run away, just like that young girl did. And she boogied over to her bus stop and she ran away. So that's the goal. It's not to win, because you're not going to fight that person. You want to run away.
So to get free and then go get help.
Exactly. And of course, yes.
Let's talk about, you talk about using the articles that you carry around every day, keys, a pen, a whistle. Tell me about the whistle.
Yes. Well, actually, this is something I designed through my company, Everything Lidia. It's called the Divas Crystal Whistle. And it's a beautifully embellished functional safety device, again, to bring attention to yourself if, in fact, you are you feel uncomfortable. You know, the I in divas, by the way, is intuition. If you feel that something's not right, your gut's telling you something's just going to happen. You can bring attention to yourself by using this whistle. The handbag itself, if you have a knife and you're approaching me, I would use this. You have a knife. Or here we go. We have this, right? And if I had a jacket on or something, I already have this. I could grab around. We can. There's just a bunch of things. You also have to anticipate that you might get hurt. But at this point, you can disarm that person, and they're not going to probably want to keep fighting with you. So it could be a shield. It's like the Xena, the Princess Warrior shield.
What about the keys?
The keys, that's a misconception that's out there, is that people think, what do you think? Put it between your fingers, do something crazy.
What I've always
No. What you do is grab the largest key you have, grasp it firmly, right? And you're not going to poke, you're going to scratch, particularly in the face, because it bleeds really profusely if it is.
And that's the same idea behind
Same idea. You're at an ATM machine, you're here, someone comes from behind, and you can take the card out, right? You're here. Basically, you know, whatever the case may be. I can use it backwards. I'm scratching on the. I promise I won't do it.
I got another whole show to do.
Scratch you in the face. Also wrists, huge. I mean, you can feel the pressure just by the point here. So there's again, you're going to do the same things. You're going to do the foot. You're going to use your elbow into this chest. These people are not going to want to deal with you.
Okay,
so
well, if people want to get more information, where can they go and get more information?
Well, they can go to thenowza.org, or they can go to everythinglidia.com.
Okay, Lidia, appreciate you coming on.
It was my pleasure.
It was my pleasure, too.
We'll have to do this again
I'm going to go get some Ace bandages and some ice, and then we'll come back after the commercial break. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And for more tips and information on the National Organization for Women's Safety Awareness, just go to news12.com and click on the numbers and links icon.